I started looking at the many types of Sonic games there are, and there are many types of Sonic games. Sonic is a big enough franchise that it's delved into many different types of genres. You got racing games, you got your classic 2D platformers, you got your 3D games, you got your fighters. Sonic has delved into many different types and many different genres over the years. But what if they did a Warriors game? That is what I have thought. What is a Warriors game? Now, a Warriors game is the hack and slash. It's you take a group of characters, there's a big horde of enemies, and you just slash through it. It's mindless enjoyment, mindless fun. They're not too heavy on plot, really. It's more or less just like, yeah, you want to be this character, and you want to take a sword, and you want to just go slice and dice through like 5 enemies at once and go crazy. And you get like new armor, new equipment, new stuff to buy in like shops and stuff. But it's mainly just a fun little hack and slash for you to turn your brain off and just let loose and have fun. And that's sometimes all you want. Sometimes you don't want a super complex story. Sometimes you don't want over the top level design that's like, oh wow, they thought really hard about the level design. Sometimes you're just like, yeah, I just want to run through some enemies and just slice them. I'm not in the mood for it. You can be in the mood for many things. Sometimes you're in the mood for a puzzle game. Sometimes you're in the mood for a big narrative. Sometimes you're in the mood for a point and click. But sometimes you just want a nice little, I want to destroy some enemies. And the Warriors games pretty much came off the Dynasty Warriors franchise, but there has been spin-offs and crossovers with other properties before. They've had Fire Emblem Warriors. That got a sequel, Fire Emblem Warriors Three Houses. Or Three Hopes. I'm sorry. So they've delved into the Fire Emblem world. They delved into Hyrule with Hyrule Warriors. So they delved into Legend of Zelda. There's 2 games there. There's, of course, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. There's Persona with Strikers. Persona 5 Strikers is a Warrior spin-off. It is the Persona game, is the Phantom Thieves, just hack and slash. And sometimes it's real fun to see characters from a certain franchise now in this hack and slash mode, this hack and slash area. It's real fun. And like I said, it proves that you can take different franchises and put them in this idea, this genre, and it can work. Because I know people love Fire Emblem Warriors, people love Hyrule Warriors. Persona 5 Strikers may not get as much love, I think, as Persona 5, but I still see people relatively like it. So I just thought, why not Sonic? What if Sonic did a Sonic Warriors, right? Sega decides they're going to team up and they're going to do a Sonic Warriors game, a game in the Warriors fashion with Sonic characters. So who would be the characters? Well, I think obviously Sonic would be there, and he would obviously have a sword. Very much like Sonic of the Black Knight. Give him the sword, give him Excalibur. Knuckles would be there. Knuckles would be a guy that you don't need a weapon. He's got his knuckles. His fists are his weapon. He's just punching through the blockade of enemies. Amy's got her hammer. She can go crazy swinging that thing around. Blaze, I would put in there. She's got her fire power, so very easy for Blaze to just use her fire. All on the enemies. Silver, I think, would be a nice one with his kinesis. It may be a bit difficult to make that, offensive, but I think it could work. And then Shadow, maybe. I don't know what weapon you would give Shadow. Because, Knuckles, his fists are the weapon. Amy's got a hammer. Blaze has her fire. Silver has his telekinesis, so that's technically a power. Shadow, I don't know. Maybe a spear? Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. But you gotta have Shadow in there. And I think those characters would work great. That's your roster right there for the Warriors game. Because Tails isn't really a fighter. I don't see Rouge getting her hands dirty. So I think that is a solid list of 6 characters that everyone would probably play as them at least once. As for a plot of what the game would be, you can take many. There's, Eggman. There's the easy one there. It's Eggman. You can go through the Eggman army in Eggperial City. Maybe Eggman's amassing his army to take over, and Sonic and team are going to meet him head on, and they head into Eggperial City and go crazy destroying his robots. You You could maybe bring back the Black Arms with Black Doom, and you defeat the Black Arms. You know, who knows? Or it could be an entirely new threat made for the game. That's easy to do as well. Because I mean, didn't the Warriors games? Let's be honest, they're not really known for their plots. Let's be honest here. I'm not saying the plots are awful, but you're not there for that. You're there to slice and dice through enemies as a character you want, right? I mean, you look at the mess of Hyrule Warriors or Age of Calamity. You know, people are like, "Oh, it's connected to Breath of the Wild," and then Nintendo's like, "Well, it's a parallel world of Breath of the Wild." And it's like, why? Why not just make it Breath of the Wild? Whatever. But that is my idea for a Sonic Warriors game. I think it is a nice idea. There's many franchises out there that could go into a Warriors game, like a Warriors genre, and I think Sonic is ripe for it. I mean, with all the like I mentioned before, with all the other types of genres Sonic has gone into, you can't tell me a Warriors game is out of the realm of possibility.